Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Buff Missionary back again here with another update video. This one is not on Steps of Christ at the moment. That is going to be coming back soon. Been busy, had my hands full working on some different things, but I got the book right here. I'm looking, learning, taking notes, and a lot of good things to come. But I kind of wanted to, and before I jump in, of course, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell so you don't miss any of the videos or the updates on the situation and what's going on. Thanks for the support, really appreciate it. So, I want to jump in here kind of with a little update. I found out a couple days ago that my mom was going to be heading home out of the facility, and it's interesting because usually, if you think of hospitals and things like that, usually when people are sent home, they are deemed to be kind of moving in a better direction. I remember breaking my arm, and when I left, it's because the surgery had been done. I was in a cast, and it was going to be just healing in time from there. But in this scenario, in this case, it doesn't feel like that. And to be honest, I don't know that it ever has in these situations. I don't even remember what my first initial responses were to kind of my mom coming out of the facility and coming back home. I don't know if it was more hopeful than it is right now. It's hard to tell. But then again, it's been so long since those moments too that it makes it even harder to tell and be aware of that. But this is also kind of a continuation of what I was talking about, trying to find the things that I'm learning about myself, uncomfortable truths as they may be, but necessary to learn and to grow. So kind of extending off of the things that I discovered last time about myself. One of the words that really pops up is apathy. I talked to my brother about this, and I think that just generally speaking, I tend to battle with that a little bit more because it's easier to put up walls to kind of deflect the pain than it is to let them down, to feel that. And especially if there's potentially something if you have an idea that things aren't going to go the way that you want them to, it becomes a lot easier to put up the walls to prevent yourself from getting to that point or completely avoiding the potential for that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think about this, and it's definitely something I'm aware of feeling when it comes to family situation. But I believe kind of the extension piece I was talking about mainly in the last video was the idea of love, and how it's the same thing. I can get to a point where I'm good and I'm chill and everything's okay, but then there will come that line where it's wait a second, am I going to put myself in a position that is going to result to harm to myself? And in those situations, it can become easier to put up walls and to shut people out than it is to continue to let them in, because you don't want to get broken by them. I have been on both ends where I'm the one who's hurt people in the past, and I have been hurt by people in the past. I've experienced it both ways. A lot of the times it's been because of things that I've done, and sometimes it's even been kind of reciprocal, something I did resulted in someone doing something else. And those are the kinds of things that I have to own. But other times I think that, man, what's going on in the deeper kind of mindset here? Why didn't I understand why people chose to do the things that they did? To me is something interesting. I have this note here, and I wrote this maybe a couple weeks ago, and now that I'm looking at it, I'll be honest, I don't really remember the context of it, but it kind of goes with the idea of finding it hard to trust people enough to fully open up to them. There will be a point where I can do it, and there comes a point where it becomes difficult to, because this kind of fear of the way things may or may not end up going. It's hard. Like, I'm fun loving and I'm open to an extent. People who know me know this, but within me there's like this line, and I think what this situation at home is teaching me, and kind of what I'm learning as I compare my thoughts on this to the ideas on love, is I'm trying to become brave enough to cross that line and to get beyond kind of the fear of being hurt and being disappointed by things not going in a way that I would hope for them to. I think that's the only way. You have to be willing to experience that pain. You have to be willing to experience that hurt if you're going to have any shot of getting past apathy. Like, apathy is that the very opposite. It's putting up walls and not allowing yourself to become hurt, which is actually hurting yourself in a different way, which may be worse. You could almost look at it like the gym, right? Apathy compared to a gym would be going into a gym, and because you don't want to struggle under any heavy weight, you never lift any heavy weight. So you stick with what you're comfortable with, and anytime it hurts, you back off. But what happens? You don't get any stronger. You don't get any better. You don't improve. You don't learn to deal with anything that's tougher than what you can currently handle. You don't develop any mental strength and appreciation for a challenge. And yeah, you're safe. Yeah, you never get hurt, but you also stay in the exact same place. Now, on the flip side, embracing love and putting down the walls, it's like going into the gym and saying, you know what? Let me get on this progressive overload. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to do what I can. Yeah, my goal is 10 sets at X amount of weight, and I only got 6, but you know, my body's getting used to what it feels like to handle heavier weight, and the next time I come back to the gym, it'll be better equipped to do that. And the next time I might only get 7, and the time after that I might get 9. Still not 10, but it's still not a loss, because you're continuing to grow. Your body is changing as you go through that pain and that suffering, so to speak, but you end up growing. You put yourself in a better position for the future, moving forward, as opposed to staying stagnant and staying still, which is kind of what apathy does. So, you know, this is kind of a quick hitter, all over the place kind of a video. But as I look at myself and the things about myself that I do not particularly enjoy, as I look at the things that I fear in life, as I look at the things that I would like to accomplish in life, I have to be willing to put down the walls and open up myself for the potential for pain. I have to be willing to go to the gym and lift the heavy weights if I'm ever going to become capable of lifting the heavy weights in the future. So I think that's my big takeaway from this right here. Let me know what you think down below. But I'm a call it on that right there. Keep it simple. We'll keep it pushing. So it's Buff Missionary. We out here. We out. See y'all next time. Peace.